joke around, joke around. Let's look at those verb forms. Joke around, joked around, joked around. You can see joke around is a regular verb. For each phrasal verb today, I have a mini grammar note here. Inseparable and intransitive. You might be thinking, what's that? What does this mean? Well, inseparable means this phrasal verb is not separated. You cannot put a word in the middle. Intransitive means this phrasal verb does not need an object. Joke around, we don't need an object after it. Definition: to not act or say things in a serious way. You're joking, you're having a good time. Examples: we spent our lunch break joking around. I didn't mean it when I said, I lost your dog. I was joking around. I wasn't being serious. So in what situations is it or is it not appropriate to joke around? Think about this. When is it okay to joke around, have fun? When is it not? Kid around, kid around, kid around, kidded around, kidded around. Another regular verb. Definition: the same as number 212, joke around. So they're synonymous. You can say kid around, I'm kidding around, I'm joking around. Both are fine. Example: this person's a little bit angry actually. Stop kidding around. I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you. Sometimes if you want to tell someone something important, you don't want them to be kidding around. Joke around and kid around do not always mean bad behavior. I know some students think this. Joking around, kidding around, this is bad behavior. Not always. They just mean people are not acting seriously or are not saying something seriously. So it really depends on the situation. Okay, next one, 215. Again, that's the number in book 2, my second workbook, 215. Again, it's inseparable, meaning you cannot separate the words. Intransitive, we don't need an object. We can say get along or get on. Here I have a mini note. Get along is more common in American English. Get on is more common in British English, but you can use them in the same way. You decide. Verb forms: get, got, gotten along, or get, got, gotten on. Definition: for two or more people to have a good relationship. This can either be a friendship or a romantic relationship, or a professional relationship. Friendship: Christina and I get along. Romantic relationship: imagine a couple. Ooh, they don't get along. Examples: everyone in our class gets along. Everyone in our class gets on so well. Both are fine. I enjoy going to my lectures to see everyone. Why? Because everyone gets along. I can't invite Lucia to our party because she and David don't. They don't get along. They don't get on. They'll just start arguing. Okay, personal discussion question. I want you to think about your answer. Can you think of a person you do not get along or on with? Why? Why don't you get along or on with this person? Is this maybe someone in your class? Someone you work with? Maybe a family member you don't You don't get along. Speak up. Speak up. Speak up. Spoke up. Spoken up. Remember, speak up is irregular. Definition: to speak louder. Speak up. Examples: can you please speak up? I can't hear you. You have to speak up around Grandpa, or he won't hear you. He won't hear you. Okay, I want you to repeat after me at home or wherever you are. Repeat after me. Can you please speak up? Again, can you please speak up? I hope you're doing this at home. I want you to practice even at home. Speak up. Same grammar. Speak up, spoke up, spoken up. Definition: to express your opinion, usually because you disagree with something. So this isn't about volume. This is more about your opinion, what you think, what you want to say. Usually because you disagree with something. Sorry, but I see a problem. This person is speaking up. Let's do a few more examples. Marley encouraged his team to speak up and share their ideas. Don't be shy. If you have an idea, speak up. Tell me. If you disagree with our plan, you have to speak up. We can't read your mind. Come on, speak up. It's hard. It's hard speaking up in front of a large group. Can you think of a time you spoke up because you disagreed with something? 309. Miss out. Miss out. Miss out. Missed out. Missed out. Definition: to not experience something positive. This is either, there are two possibilities. This is either because you chose not to do something, or you didn't have the opportunity. So you couldn't do something fun. You didn't take advantage of an opportunity. This is missing out. This is missing out. Examples: everyone is going to the fireworks display tonight. You should come. You don't want to miss out. Come on. You don't want to be at home alone. You won't experience something positive. Come join us. Come join us. Amanda was in and out of hospitals for most of her teenage years. So she missed out. She missed out on a lot of experiences that other teens have. It's a sad situation. Look at this image here. We have a patient in a hospital, and she's thinking about what her friends are doing. She's missing out. Have you heard of FOMO? FOMO. FOMO, pronounced FOMO, is a common online acronym which stands for fear of missing out. This describes the feeling of missing out when you see exciting posts on social media. If you're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you might see someone's picture. Oh wow, their life is better than mine. He or she went on that great trip. Oh, look how great they are. This feeling is FOMO. So I want you to keep your eyes peeled for this acronym. You'll see it online. FOMO is the feeling, fear of missing out. Figure out. Now we have different grammar. This phrasal verb is separable. This phrasal verb can be separated. I'll give you examples. Transitive. This phrasal verb needs an object. Figure, figured, figured out. Definition: to spend time thinking about something and you finally find an answer or solution. So when you figure something out, is it fast or slow? Usually there's a process. It might be kind of slow. It takes time to figure things out. My brother got me a really nice espresso machine for my birthday. It took me a while to figure out how to make a cup of coffee. Look at this image. Before, he's trying to figure it out with instructions. How do you make a coffee here? After, he's figured it out. Really good. We're facing some challenges, but I'm confident we'll figure it out. We will think and find a solution. Figure out is often used with a question word. Figure out who called me. Figure out what to do. Figure out when to leave. Figure out where he's hiding. Figure out why they sent me that email. Figure out how to get there. So normally with figure out, we have a question word. What resources can help you if you're having trouble figuring out how to do something? For example, YouTube. YouTube can help you. Setback. Look, all three forms are the same. Past or present, it's set back. Cost. How much money? We see two men talking about this car here. This man says, I gotta ask, sorry. How much did the car set you back? What he's asking is, how much did the car cost you? How much did the car cost you? Getting my living room repainted. Repainted is going to set me back around $300. I could also say, getting my living room repainted is going to cost me around $300. Sophie told me that she was barely scraping by. Scraping by is number 316, and that means surviving financially, but on just the basics. Scraping by means you don't have very much money. Sophie told me that she was barely scraping by each month. But then I see her wearing a new Apple Watch. It must have set her back at least $200. It must have cost her at least $200. I'm suspicious. Think about your own financial situation. What's something you need that could set you back over $100? What's something you need that could set you back over $100? This is a real example. My dishwasher is broken. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but yeah, I think that'll probably set me back over $100. Setback. Remember, the verb forms are the same, past or present. They're the same. Next definition. Something delays a person or a project. That also means set back. I have a little image I put together. This is you. This is your original plan at the finish line. This is what you originally intended. This is you after being set back. You can see there's a delay. There was a problem. Here, you're being set back, and you can see this little man sweating. Maybe he's late. His project is delayed. Examples. This weather is going to set the garage construction back a few days. I wanted the garage done by Friday. Now I think it's going to be done next week because of this terrible weather. The launch of Lucinda's lipstick, that's a company name, Lucinda's lipstick, was set back after tests revealed a harmful ingredient in the product. They wanted to launch the product last month, but several test customers, had an allergic reaction. This is going to set back the launch. Absolutely. Let's look at this box here. The phrasal verb setback is common. You were delayed. There was a problem. But so is the noun form. Setback. Setback is the noun. Set back is the verb. We faced a few setbacks, but finally managed to open our new business. Yeah. What types of things can set a person back? What can set a person back? Example, an illness. What types of things can set a project back? The weather. There are lots of things that can set us back, set things back. This one is take on someone, then we're going to look at take on something. Irregular verb, take on, took on, taken on. This means to employ someone new. You take on someone. And it's separable. We can say take someone on. Like here, welcome to the team. The man in the orange shirt is taking on the man in the white shirt. Examples. We took on a new intern to help us with filing and correspondence. We needed someone, so we employed someone new. Next example. Do you think taking on a new assistant is wise? The company is in financial trouble as it is. We don't really have money to be taking on someone new. So we hired a new intern. We can say that. No problem. Do you think hiring a new assistant is wise? That also works. If you had your own business, who would you take on? A friend? A family member? Someone from LinkedIn? Who would you take on? Some people might say, I would never take on a friend or a family member. That might cause conflict. We might not get along. Other people think the opposite. I'm only going to take on a friend or a family member. Depends on the person. Take on something. Remember, the first one I showed you is take on someone. This is hire. Hire someone. Take on something is slightly different. Take on, took on, taken on. Again, different verb forms. Definition. To accept to do a task. To accept a new responsibility. This is you, and these are your tasks. So when you take something on, it's separable. Take something on or take on something. Imagine you're carrying boxes. You're accepting this extra work. Examples. I've taken on extra shifts at work to earn a bit more money before the holidays. This means you say, okay, I will work extra shifts. I'll carry that box. I'll do something extra. I accept. Have you ever taken something on that you regretted? Did you agree to do something and later you thought, oh my God, this is so much work, or this is just giving me too much to do? Yeah, I think we've all done this. I think at one point in our lives, we've agreed to take something on that we didn't really want to. And this phrasal verb usually expresses a difficulty or being overwhelmed. So there's kind of, there's a burden. It's like, oh, I gotta take on an extra shift. I took on the task. Not always, but usually there's a difficulty. Break down. Break down. Break down, broke down, broken down. Definition. To suddenly begin crying because of sadness or stress. You can imagine if you have too much going on, maybe all of a sudden you start crying, or you just lie down somewhere. You can't take it. You break down. Examples. First one. I closed my office door. I closed my office door and just broke down. I couldn't contain the tears. Tears are the water droplets when we cry. I couldn't contain the tears. Anne broke down when the doctor gave her the news of her husband's passing. Yeah, I think a person would definitely break down then. Her husband's passing. Look at the little light bulb here. A person's passing means a person's death. It's kind of a nicer way to say this person died. It's this person's passing. Next one, carry away. Carry away. Carry away, carried away, carried away. Little tip here. Number 291, this phrasal verb, is almost always used in the passive voice. We can get carried away or we can be carried away. So remember, when you hear carry away, it's normally was carried away, am carried away, or get carried away. It's normally passive. Definition: to become so excited or full of emotions that you cannot control your actions and usually do too much without realizing it. You know, you get excited more and more and more, you get carried away. It's like the snowball effect. I'm not sure if you have that term in your language. You know the snowball effect? You start small with a little tiny snowball, and as it rolls down the hill, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Imagine that when you think about this phrasal verb. You get carried away. Examples. Mike offered to cook a meal for his family. He got a bit carried away when peeling potatoes because he wanted to make sure there was enough food. Look at this image. Does this person look calm to you? No. Do they look like they're doing a bit too much? Yes. So Mike got carried away. You know, he starts with a few, this isn't enough food. I need to make more. It's just, he gets carried away. Next example. Okay, you can plan my birthday party, but please do not get carried away. I just want something simple with close friends and family. Don't book a band. Don't make it a surprise party. Don't get carried away. I was carried away by the music and didn't realize that I had started dancing. That could be embarrassing if you didn't really want to dance. Can you think of a time you did something because you got carried away? Yeah, I think we've all gotten carried away at a certain point. So this is just for yourself. Think of an example for yourself. When was the last time you got carried away? Let down. Again, a dramatic negative phrasal verb. A lot of phrasal verbs are negative with emotions. Let down. Let is irregular. All the forms are the same. Let down, let down, let down. Definition: to disappoint someone because you didn't do what you promised to do or what was expected of you. You disappoint someone. You let them down. Let's take a look at this picture here. I'll zoom in. I'll zoom out. Okay. Look at this here. This person is disappointed. You promised me that you stopped drinking, Ed. You really let me down. You promised you wouldn't drink anymore, and now look. I feel disappointed. You let me down. Realtor. A realtor is a person who sells houses or they try to rent out houses. I will find you the best house on the market. I won't let you down. In this case, this is a promise. I will not disappoint you. I won't let you down. If I don't become a doctor, I feel like I'll let down my parents and everyone else I know. I will disappoint them. I will make them sad. They'll be unhappy with me. Okay. We often use this phrasal verb with feel. Not always, but quite often. I felt really let down when Anna told people in the office about my health scare. I told her it was a secret. So we can feel let down. We can be let down. Last example here, just something for you to think of. Can you think of a time someone let you down? I'm sure we all have an example when someone let us down. Barge in, barge, barge. It's a regular verb. Barge in, barged in, barged in. Definition: to quickly and often aggressively enter a room without any warning. So this one, it's not necessarily an emotion. It's It's an action, but a very strong action. Examples. First example, I had to tell my kids to knock before they enter the bathroom. They can't just barge in when someone is in there. You can't just open the door very quickly. The principal barged into the classroom unannounced. Unannounced. Unannounced means without telling anyone, without an announcement. The principal barged into the classroom unannounced, surprising the teacher and students alike. We were all surprised. Why was he here? What would you say to someone if they barged into your room? What would you say? And barge out does not exist. It's not a phrasal verb. I don't know why. You can barge in, but we don't barge out. That doesn't exist. Perk up. This is a fun one. Perk up. Regular verb. Perk up, perked up, perked up. Definition: to become more energetic or positive after being tired or bored. So look at this man before. This is before. After he perked up. So when you perk up, this is positive. It's good to perk up. I was feeling groggy. Sorry, I'm trying to get, I keep clicking everywhere. I'm trying to get rid of this, these boxes there. I know that can be a bit in the way. Okay, first example. I was feeling groggy. I was feeling groggy in the afternoon, but a brisk walk, it perked me up. Groggy is an adjective. It means weak and not able to think clearly. Like when you wake up in the morning, you can be a bit groggy. Or maybe after a big lunch, you are tired, you're not thinking clearly. Then you feel groggy. So I was feeling groggy in the afternoon, but a brisk walk. Brisk means fast. A brisk walk perked me up. It made me more energetic. Next example. Have some coffee. It'll help perk you up. Or it'll help you perk up. It'll help you perk up. Go, have some coffee. Louis perked up. Louis perked up as soon as he saw his friends walk in. Ooh, he got happier. He got excited. Give in. Give in. This is an irregular verb. Give in, gave in, given in. Definition: to finally say yes after a long, exhausting period. So imagine when you give in, you are exhausted. Look at this little image here. The answer's no. The answer's no. 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 Fine. Okay. I give in. Examples. After hours of begging, I finally gave in and agreed to buy my daughter a phone. Fine. I'll buy you a phone. Just stop asking me. This is giving in. Next example. The employees at Rasco decided not to give in to the unfair demands of their employer. No, we will not say yes. We are going to say no. Go through. Go is irregular. Go through, went through, gone through. Definition: to experience a painful situation or trauma. So it's always negative. We go through something bad. Let's look at the situation. I know what you are going through. I know what you are going through. Losing a parent is painful. My father passed away 2 years ago. In this sentence, this friend is saying, I know what you are experiencing. My father passed away. Passed away is a phrasal verb, a polite phrasal verb to say die. Someone passed away, someone died. Delilah is going through a tough breakup. And a breakup is when a relationship ends. Delilah is going through a tough breakup. She and Michael had been together for over 7 years. So you can imagine it's very difficult to break up. Next example. I can't imagine what people went through during the Second World War, or any other war for that matter. For that matter is just another way to say also. and also any other war. Let's take a look and maybe you can think of a few example sentences. Here are common collocations. We can go through a breakup, go through a divorce. And a breakup is boyfriend-girlfriend, divorce is marriage. That's the difference. So you go through a breakup, you go through a divorce. We can also say, go through hard times, go through a tough time. Same thing. We go through hard times, go through a tough time. This means difficult. Go through a lot. This means a lot of problems. Jane is going through a lot at the moment. I'm going through a lot. He's going through a lot. Then you know this person is struggling. Go through a rough patch. That's a common collocation. You go through a rough patch. What's a rough patch? It's a period of difficulty. Look at this line. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Everything's fine. Rough patch. Rough, 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 rough. Rough patch. And smooth again. So a rough patch is a difficult period in your life. How could you help a friend who is going through a rough patch? What can you do? Turn up. Regular verb, turn up. Turned up, turned up. Definition. Someone or something is seen at a location. You see something. But it's not so simple. There's a bit of a nuance there. The feeling we have with this phrasal verb is that someone or something appears unexpectedly. You're a bit like, oh, that's the definition of turn up. Oh, it's here. Look at this little image I put together. No way, it's Steve Thomas. He turned up. I'm kind of surprised he's here. Everyone was surprised that TV presenter Steve Thomas, here's Steve Thomas, turned up at our high school graduation. I'm surprised. I'm looking for my sunglasses. I can't find them anywhere. I'm sure they'll turn up. This means you'll see them somewhere unexpectedly. They'll turn up. You haven't worn them in a while, so they're definitely in the house. And this is kind of common. They'll turn up. They'll turn up. It means you'll find something, usually when you least expect it. Despite the rain, a lot of people turned up for the concert. That's surprising. Turn up also means increase the volume or power. I put this here because most students know turn up like this. Turn up the TV. Turn up the music. But turn up can also mean show up, arrive, appear. Think over. This one's pretty self-explanatory, but again, I want to hear my students using it. Think over. You think about something carefully before making a decision. A lot of students say, think about something, which is good. But this one, again, there's a nuance, is you want to take your time. You want to be careful. Look at this person here. There's kind of a dilemma. Oh, do I say yes? Do I say no? I need to think it over. My boss asked me to consider moving to Singapore for work. I told him I would really need to think the offer over. I need to take my time. Again, separable. You can separate this phrasal verb. You don't need to give me an answer today. Think it over and let me know. What's a decision you've needed time to think over? Stick to, stick to, stick to, stuck to, stuck to is an irregular verb. Definition: to continue doing something because if you change, this could lead to negative results. You continue doing something, if you change, it might be a little bit dangerous. There might be bad results, so you want to stick to something. Examples. Would you like some wine, Zach? No thanks, I'll just stick to water. He doesn't want to change his drink. doesn't want to change his drink. Why? Maybe Zach needs to drive later. It's important he doesn't change his drink. We should stick to the plan. This is the plan. We don't want to do this. We want to stick to the plan, or something bad might happen. Changing the plan might cause problems. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you for sticking to your budget. It's not easy being careful with money when you're on vacation. Okay, let's look at this little situation here. I'm thinking about becoming a singer. La la la. And this person can say, stick to your day job, okay? And this is a common joke. It's like, stick to your day job means you don't have talent for whatever you're talking about. You don't want to change your job. Just stick to your day job. What's something you stuck to despite wanting to change? What's something you stuck to? Go through. This one's confusing because normally we think go through is literal, like you can go through a tunnel, something like that. This means to use or consume something, usually money or food, but not always. As a family of 5, we go through 4 cartons of milk per week. This means we use or we consume. Sasha went through all of her savings in just one weekend. She used everything. She consumed her money. So I said usually money, food, but this next example is just another option. We go through a lot of paper in our office every week. We consume, we use. So what about you? What's a food item or household item that you go through regularly? Bring up. This is a common one. Again, bring up has multiple definitions in English. This is just one definition. Bring up. This simply means to mention a topic. When you're speaking in a conversation, you can bring up your family. You can bring up your studies. You can bring up the news. Here, this is like a work break. Has anyone been following the US Open? And the US Open is an annual golf tournament. Examples, during our lunch break, Matt brought up the US Open. Look, has anyone been following the US Open? Asking a question is one way to bring up a topic. I didn't know he was a golf lover like me. Please don't bring politics up. Please don't bring politics up when you meet my parents, okay? Third example. I can't believe Will brought up his ex-girlfriend in front of Jessica. That's something you don't do. You don't bring up your exes in front of another partner. What topic should not be brought up when meeting someone for the first time? We spoke about exes. We spoke about divorce. Politics, that's another one. So there are things we should not bring up. Usually we know which topics not to bring up. Come across. Come across. This means people think you have this characteristic. You appear this way. Let me put that here. You appear this way, but it doesn't mean it's true. So people think this about you. For example, how I feel inside. I feel like this. What people see. I was so nervous during the presentation. Really? You came across very calm, confident, and calm. So you appeared very confident and calm. James always comes across as a very happy and cheerful person. Do I know he's always happy and cheerful? No, but he seems to be. I think this is who he is. I interviewed Iris, but I didn't like her. She came across quite arrogant. She appeared to be quite arrogant. We normally add as before a noun. Bryce came across as someone you can trust. How do you think you come across? Some of you have already said you come across quite shy. How do you think you come across? Check up on. 3 parts to this phrasal verb. Check up on someone or something. Definition: to make sure someone is doing what they should be doing, or to make sure someone is okay. You want to check. You want to check to make sure they are okay. My manager comes to my office to check up on me all the time. I don't know why she does this. It's really annoying. Here we have the picture. Someone's working, and there's a manager. What are you doing? Are you on task? Are you doing your work? I know you're there. Stop checking up on me. If you keep checking up on me, then I know you don't really trust me. Why do you keep checking up on me, for example? How often do you think it's appropriate for bosses to check up on their employees? Once a week? Once a day? Pick up. Hang up. These are opposites. You pick up the phone, hello, and you hang up the phone. Bye. Pick up, hang up. Pick up, hang up. I've called twice, but no one is picking up. We don't need to say the phone. We don't need to add an object because that's pretty obvious. Hello, I wasn't expecting you to pick up the phone on a Saturday. I said goodbye and hung up. Again, the phone is optional. I hung up the phone. Remember the verb forms. Hang, hung, hung. Hang up. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to move that. Hang up on someone. This is very specific. This means to accidentally or intentionally end the call in the middle of a conversation. I'm sure this has happened to everyone. You're speaking to someone and then, hello? Hello, are you there? They hung up on you. This can be an accident or intentional. Like if you're angry, you hang up on someone. Like this man here. Hello? Carrie? I can't believe she hung up on me. So you can see the phrasal verb hang up is in this phrase here. Get a hold. Get a hold of someone or get hold of someone. They mean the exact same thing. Don't worry, there's no difference. It's just that get a hold of someone is more common in American English and get hold of someone is more common in British English, but it doesn't matter. Pick the one you like. This means to contact or reach someone, usually by phone, but also by email, message, or other means. I've been trying to get a hold of you all morning. Where have you been? I've been trying to contact you. I've been trying to get a hold of you. Can you get hold of Sarah and let her know about the meeting? Can you contact Sarah and let her know about the meeting? A, I need to get a hold of my professor before the deadline. Try emailing her. That's usually the quickest way. We can also say, I need to contact, get in touch with. That also works. Yeah. Good. What's the best way to get a hold of you? For me, probably email. My phone's always on silent, so if someone tries to call me, I probably won't pick up. I won't answer. The best way to get a hold of me is by email. How can you get a hold of someone? You can phone up. Phone up. Phrasal verb number 4. You can phone up. Definition, this just means call. So what's the difference between call and phone up? Phone up, like most phrasal verbs, is just very casual, very conversational. I can phone someone up. I can't remember the address. Just phone up Kyle. He'll know. Phone him up. Phone up Kyle or phone Kyle up, this phrasal verb is separable. No problem. Hello, I'm just phoning up to. I'm just phoning up to ask. I'm just phoning up because I need ... It's a great casual way to begin a phone conversation. Hello, I'm just phoning up to ask if there are any more spaces left on the Poetry for Beginners course, for example. Reach out, a really common one. To try to contact someone, usually to offer help, ask a question, or start communication. It's not as simple as phone someone or call someone. If you reach out, you want to offer someone. This can be help. You have a question. It's reaching out. It's a little bit more, there's something behind it. It's not just a phone call. So here we see a person literally reaching out of their computer to give you a business card, to ask you a question. So when we reach out, this can be on the phone or by email, message, anything like that. We're reaching out to local businesses for support. We are contacting them. Why? Because we want something. We need support. I reached out to my professor to ask for an extension on the assignment. I need more time, so I reached out to him. Mini conversation. Hey, I just wanted to reach out and see how you're doing. I want to ask if you're okay. Oh, that's so sweet. I've had a rough week, honestly. Rough. Rough means difficult. Oof, I had a rough week. Not a good week. Hold on. This means wait for a short period. When we hold on, it's a few seconds, maybe a couple minutes. Can I speak to Jamie? Sure, hold on while I check if he's available. Do you know what time the meeting is? Hang on. Oh, I put hang on here. Hold on and hang on are the same. I didn't even realize I put hang on. Okay. Hang on, I'll check the calendar. What's the difference? Usually when we're on the phone, we'll say, hold on a minute, please. Hang on also means wait. It's fine. Another little phrase here, to be on hold. So the phrasal verb we just looked at was hold on. This expression is be on hold. This means to wait for a period of time on the phone during a conversation. And usually when we are on hold, there's music playing, right? We hear that really soft, gentle music. I've been on hold for over 10 minutes. Nobody likes being on hold. We can be on hold for hours sometimes. What's the longest time you've ever been on hold? I think I've probably waited, 45 minutes, almost an hour before. You just put your phone on speaker, and then you just do other things while you're on hold. Put through. To connect one person to another person. Let's look at this image here. Thank you for calling. I'll put you through to Adam, head of sales. So this person is putting A through to B. I'll put you through. Thank you for calling. I'll put you through to Adam, head of sales. I'll put you through. Hello, could I please speak to Mr. Turner, please? Certainly, I'll put you through now. Hi, I'm calling to speak to someone in the billing department. Of course, one moment while I put you through. This means I'll connect you. You might be on hold for a couple of minutes. Break up. This means a phone call or a video call has a poor connection and the sound cuts in and out. This means sometimes you can hear the person, sometimes you can. The sound cuts in and out. So here we have it. Look at this picture here. Before you're speaking, the connection's clear or on the phone. and then it starts to break up. We have this during video calls or on the phone, don't we? You're breaking up. Are you in a tunnel or something? I'm driving. I'll call you back when I have better signal. Would you mind repeating that? I think we broke up for a second there. Meet up is really common. You can use it in your conversation. It's a really common phrasal verb. Meet up, met up, met up. To meet someone after arranging a time and date. This is usually for informal situations, like when you meet a friend. Hey, Marta, we should meet up soon for coffee. I met up with an old friend from high school. It was good to see him. Here you see two people in a coffee shop. It's very informal, very casual, isn't it? Who was the last person you met up with? Where did you meet up? Hang out. Inseparable, which means we cannot separate it. Intransitive, it does not need an object. Hung out, hung out, hung out. This means to spend your time doing nothing important in a relaxed way. Very, very relaxed. Like this lady here. On Saturday, I spent the whole day hanging out in my yard reading books. Was I doing something important? No. Was I stressed about something? No, I was just hanging out. Mess up. Mess up. Definition, you ruin something. You ruin something because you didn't do something well. And a ruin means you you make something bad, you make something worse. Examples, you messed up our team project, Ryan, because you didn't follow the instructions. You messed maybe Ryan made a mistake. Maybe he was being lazy. It doesn't matter what he did, he messed up. I completely messed the cake up by adding a cup of salt instead of sugar. I mean, that would just completely mess up the cake. A cup of salt instead of sugar. Sorry, Sadie, you messed up your chance to get the internship by posting inappropriate comments on Facebook. You made a mistake, you ruined your chances. Look at this, messed up. Something makes something messy. It's very, very similar to the first one. However, this one is transitive. You do need an object here. The wind and rain completely messed up my hair and makeup before and after. You can see here, her hair has been messed up. Her makeup is running. Everything has been messed. My little brother messed my room up while I was at school.